Yo, hey, welcome to the channel. Today I'm about to check out food theory. Did Mr. Beast just break the law? How on earth could Jimmy, I call him Jimmy, how on earth did Jimmy or could Jimmy break the law? Is this about the chocolate company thing? Did he really not give anybody the chocolate company? Because I don't know, what could Mr. Beast be in trouble for of all things? This is, I don't know. Did he do a real life Squid Games? I don't know. Probably he finna break it down and explain to us how on earth Mr. Beast should be or broke the law, should be gone to jail. I don't know.
Last December, Mr. Beast uploaded this video, a YouTube short where he tasked a random college student to be the best Postmate ever and run all the way to Paris to bring him back a baguette. 406
Wait,
million
what?
views later, I'm here to tell you that video was illegal.
Wait, what? Okay, bro. Bro got bags. Bro got bags for real. What? Okay, explain. Maybe he's gonna say what? Did he illegally bring in food? Bring in food illegally? That's it. Maybe. Probably.
Hello, Internet.
Damn.
Welcome to Food
Hey, that's
Theory,
easy
show
money.
that's always down to break bread with Mr. Beast. That's right, good old Jimmy D is back. Not the sausage guy Jimmy Dean, the dough guy Jimmy Donaldson. And by dough, I mean money. This man is the living embodiment of extravagance. Whether
Yeah.
it's eating $1,000 golden cookies,
Bro.
$10,000 golden steaks,
Don't forget the
$70,000
pizza.
golden pizzas, or $100,000
The ice
golden ice
cream,
cream.
bro.
The Mr. Beast motto is literally nothing in moderation. If it's not coated in gold,
Edible
then it's
gold.
the world's largest pizza slice. And if it's time to cut back, well then, he's just gonna skip every single meal for a month straight. An unexpectedly dangerous stunt that we've actually covered previously on the channel. But sometimes
Bro, I gotta
Jimmy is
react to more Mr. Beast shenanigans,
the
low-key.
simple man with simple taste. Sometimes he just wants a loaf of bread delivered straight to his door directly from Paris. So how
Just
do you
because,
do that,
bro.
you might ask? Well, you just wander around a college campus offering increasingly large amounts
Or you could just buy the baguette in France and give it to him then, didn't it?
money to anyone who walks past. Unsurprisingly, finding a willing participant didn't take him too long.
If I give you $300, would you fly to Paris and bring me back a baguette?
By the way, shout out to Duke University's campus for that one. And recognize
Bro.
that old stone archway in the background anywhere. Gotta admit, I am a bit bitter that no one ever did anything that exciting or profitable while I was a student there. The best I
Bro,
could do was
for
just sell
real.
my body to science labs for like $20 an hour. And all I got to show for it is a third arm and some glow-in-the-dark skin.
Okay,
Anyway, what
relax.
follows this simple request is a delightful YouTube short where our intrepid adventurer catches a flight, grabs a dozen baguettes, and before heading back to the airport, takes a detour to the world-famous Louvre Museum to see the Mona Lisa, then catches an evening under the stars at his hotel.
Hey,
with a
bro, he
beautiful
had to
view of
wait.
the Eiffel Tower in the background, all lit up.
And
Add
the
in
line
costs
for
of the
that
plane
Mona
ticket
Lisa
and travel
picture.
accommodations for both the delivery boy and the camera operator, and whoo-hoo, boy, 2 round-trip tickets to Paris, $2,000. Overnight hotel, $200. A
But
dozen
they gave him $300 though. What?
fresh
Nah,
baguettes, $10.
bro, you just got
Paying a random
finessed.
college student to fly to Paris just for a viral YouTube video? Priceless. In total, that single carbo load probably cost Jimmy Beast about $4,000. It also probably earned him nothing because YouTube Shorts didn't monetize yet. But hey, 406 million views and counting off a
I
single
mean, now it kinda is monetized, right? Because, yeah, I think it's monetized now.
video ain't too shabby, right? Here's the thing though, not only is this the world's most expensive Uber Eats delivery, it's also illegal. No joke, this minute-long YouTube short breaks the law. That is 100% fact, by
What?
the way, not clickbait. How? Well, that, my friends, is the question that I aim to answer today. And the best place to begin is by talking about customs. You see, the law can start to get pretty sticky when it comes to transporting food across international boundaries.
Yeah,
Case
but didn't he just buy it in France though?
point. In August of 2022, a man was fined $1,288 US after he failed to declare 2 egg and sausage McMuffins and a ham croissant when entering Australia. According to Australia's Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry, quote, "This will be the most expensive Macca's meal this passenger ever has. I have no sympathy for people who choose to disobey Australia's strict biosecurity measures."
Fair
Gotta admit,
play.
I don't know what scares me more, this guy's cold-hearted attitude or the fact that in Australia it's common practice to refer to Mickey D's as Maccas. And this isn't just a
Damn.
one-off thing either.
That's
Seems like
iffy.
no one is safe from Australia's biosecurity measures. This
But
is
they have
the
a whole
same
TV
country
show
that
and
bullied
everything,
Johnny Depp and
bro.
Amber Heard into recording a now infamous apology video where they expressed full contrition for taking their 2 Yorkshire Terriers across the border.
I'm truly sorry that Pistol and Boo were not declared.
Declare everything when you enter Australia.
Why though? What's the big deal here? Well, as an isolated continent, Australia has an ecosystem that isn't equipped to deal with many of the invasive species and pests that might get into the country if they're
Okay,
not
yeah, fair
super
play,
strict
fair
about what
enough.
food and animals enter. And while clamping down on someone trying to smuggle McDonald's across the border by slapping them with $1,000+ fines might seem draconian, these policies do have a reason for existing. Just take it from Amber.
Australia is free of many pests and diseases that are commonplace around the world. That is why Australia has to have such strong biosecurity laws.
Okay.
Well, it might be extremely uncomfortable to see these two reading talking points written by their kidnappers. I mean, the fine people at the Ministry
That's
for
what I'm saying.
Agriculture,
I
Fisheries,
never
and
seen
Forestry.
nothing like
Australia
this,
does
bro.
have valid reason for these strict
Well,
biosecurity
they sound like they got
concerns. That said,
cancelled by
Australia is
Australia.
stricter than most countries. So, if
Yeah.
an Egg McMuffin or a tiny terrier is enough to set off alarm bells for international travelers, should Mr. Beast be worried about his baguette business being banned at the border of the U.S.? Well, one thing that he has going for him at least is that he lives in the United States, which is, well, let's just say most countries aren't as strict as Australia.
And Australians are just as unique, both warm and direct. When you disrespect Australian law, they will tell you further.
So, do those fresh-baked French loaves have legal permission to enter the country? Even if U.S. restrictions are lighter, and generally just result in your forbidden food being flung into the trash, the United States does place restrictions on what food items can enter the country, and those restrictions are laid out in great detail on the U.S. Customs and Border
Okay.
Control website. So, is Mr. Beast's basic baguette making it through customs? Well, reading through the 6,700-word list of prohibited and restricted items, we find that their main concern is actually about meat products. Quote, bushmeat made
yeah.
from African wildlife and almost anything containing meat products, such as bouillon, soup mixes, etc., is not admissible. The rationale
Why so specific though? Bush meats made from African wildlife. What? Why not just meat? Why not just meat in general? Like, damn, why you just so focused on Africa? Like, hi, bro.
bouillon, soup mixes, etc.,
Alright.
is not admissible. The rationale for this is that meat
I
products
get
are
it,
often
but
one
still,
of the biggest
it's no
sources
what-
of foodborne pathogens, including nasty little parasites that, after they've wormed their
Damn,
way
so
through
what
your
you think
digestive
of? Like,
system,
what,
they can
Africa's just meat and diseases? Like,
and worm their
sheesh,
way
bro,
into the water
calm.
supply. As for restrictions on plant-based items, the U.S. regulations explicitly mention that, quote, some plants, cuttings, and seeds that are capable of propagation are only allowed with proper import permits and other documents.
Okay.
In addition, every single plant or plant product, including handicraft items made with straw, must be declared to the CBP officer and must be presented to CBP inspection, no matter how free of pests it appears to be.
Okay.
Again, this makes a lot of sense. You don't want new invasive species of seeds or pests coming in and throwing off the ecosystem of your country. That
Yeah,
said, when it
fair
comes
play.
to prepared food items, like say a baked baguette, they're very explicit about one thing that is allowed. Quote, you may bring bakery items and certain cheeses into the United States. Bingo for Mr. Beast's Baguette Bash. That part of the video is completely by the book. So if customs isn't the problem here, could it possibly be that moment alongside the Mona? I mean, this courageous cuisine carrier really leans into the whole baguette boy thing, apparently not letting those loaves leave his sight even when he's in the Louvre. Like, can you really get this close to the Mona Lisa carrying an open...
That's what I'm saying, because like there's a whole line. I mean, like, are you even allowed to bring food in here? That's
bag full of food? Yeah, actually, surprisingly, yes you can. The Louvre allows you to bring food into the museum. Sure, you're not allowed to start chowing down in front of the exhibits. There is a no eating policy, but you're apparently allowed to bring in outside food and just carry it around with you. They're not particularly worried about the steam from your freshly baked loaves damaging any artwork. Or maybe these loaves are hard and not steamy at all by the time they got there, because just look at these things. They are out, they're exposed to air, they're getting drier with every passing
yeah,
second.
fair
Fresh
play.
baked baguettes like these will usually stay fresh for like 2 to 3 days, but that's only if you're really putting them in a bread box or somewhere where it's going to contain them, keep them fresh.
I'd
and
give
away
it a
from the
good
air.
7
In other
hours,
words,
then.
Baguette Boy's strategy here of buying bread at the start of the day, then spending an entire afternoon sightseeing with the bread in tow before flying back the next day to deliver said bread after it spent more than a day marinating in the open air, it's not going to deliver the freshest results. No wonder Jimmy dropped the rest of the bag after tasting one.
I honestly just needed one.
But hey, while taking your unsealed paper bag full of baguettes into the Louvre
Oh,
isn't exactly
okay. My bad. I misinterpreted. He went to France, bought the baguette. I thought Mr. Beast was already in France. I heard him say that Mr. Beast lives in America, but I thought they were both gonna meet up in France. Okay, fair play. That was my bad. On On my part, I'll
greatest
take that
bread
out. I'll take
preservation
that out.
strategy, it sure does make for a good video. This guy clearly understood the assignment, because
Okay,
when
my
Mr. Beast
bad.
sends you on an errand, you're doing it for the content. So hold on, this is a minute-long video. What else could there possibly be that's illegal inside of this thing? We've covered it all, haven't we? Maybe it's paying college students for a random task, or putting bread in an overhead bin. Nope, none of the above. It actually
you
all
about to
comes down
snitch?
to this scene right here. 3 seconds of footage out of his hotel room balcony. Allow me to explain. See, France is one of the few European Union member nations that does not allow for freedom of panorama, which means that photography and video of any public architecture is a copyright violation. The Eiffel Tower by day is old enough that the copyright's expired, and now it's in the public domain. But the Eiffel Tower's night lights were installed in 1985, and because they're so recent, they're actually protected by copyright. As the Société d'Exploitation de la Tour Eiffel, the company that owns and operates the tower, explained on the tower's website, quote, photographing the Eiffel Tower at night is not illegal at all. Any individual can take photos and share them on social networks, but the situation is different for professionals. The Eiffel Tower's lighting and sparkling lights are protected by copyright, so professional use of images of the Eiffel Tower at night requires prior authorization and may be subject to a fee. Looks like the City of
What?
Lights is very protective of those lights. In short, but not quite as short as a YouTube short, this video about international bread distribution is illegal, not because of the food content, but because of the
video?
copyrighted content. It's a violation of French copyright law. By taking a video of something that tens of thousands of tourists photograph and record every night, Jimmy Beast has now made himself an international criminal. How stupid is that? But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. And hey, speaking of Mr. Beast, remember that time that he made Willy Wonka's chocolate factory into a real thing? Well, I ran the numbers, and you'd be surprised by how realistically effective a chocolate waterfall can be. That video's over on the left.
What the F? Wait, so like, I remember there was a Sidemen video where they were doing something. Was it a abandoned Europe edition? And like in the end, yeah, they took a video of, they were like by the Eiffel Tower and the lights came on and yada yada yada. So like this whole video was, I thought like, bro, he smuggled heavy doses of, I don't know, French cuisine in the bag. But nah, it's baguettes, so bread is passable. Fair play. I was under the impression that he would just get there, buy the baguettes, and meet up with them. But nah, he bought the baguettes, he toured, and then returned back. Like, damn, bro. Like, I respect, fair play. You made $300. I mean, at least the trip was covered for. But sheesh. I mean, I would do it, free trip, free tour, you can do a little something when you're over there. But what? So all of that just for a video? That's crazy, bro. So is it like a every 30 years thing? And then, or you're safe since it was recent? Or how long does the copyright infringement yada yada last for? Wow, because damn, that's tough. That is tough. But question, like, if everything is covered, I thought bro had to pay for it, but this is Mr. Beast, of course he covered. So like, I stuck around this long, no disrespect. I mean, it was clean, but shit, that was, damn. I'm just still shocked that this is actually a thing, I guess. I mean, I get it, French. They did it. It's their thing, I guess. So I guess content-wise, it's copyright infringement, but it's weird. It's so iffy. It's so weird. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, I'm still, wow. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me, what? I even got it wrong. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What do I say after this? Okay, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know which other video to check out next. I'm going to do so. But for now, I'm going to see you guys when I see you. So, damn. Can't even take videos no more and upload it, bro. Imagine I just decided, hey, I'm going to France and I wouldn't even, I don't even think I'd get monetized just for that.